When you kind of add, these vocals, split hard left and right like that to the lead vocal, you just kind of get these wider, fuller accents, which is pretty nice.
This episode is being supported by Tape It, the iPhone recording app made for musicians by musicians.
I'm looking at the session here. It's well over 100 tracks, so I probably am not going to build up the whole track.
Yeah, fair enough.
But what I can do is I can play bits and pieces. So here's the lead vocal, and getting this sound right is really important.
La vie des autres, à quoi je viens de rêver? Combien tu penses à moi que tu me manques?
So there's a little bit of echo on that. There's like a little bit of room, which is this Megaverb echo that I've got. This is a great plugin that I've been using a lot recently. Who makes this? It's by who makes Megaverb? Goodhertz. And I love the Goodhertz plugins, but that's the echo on Natalie's vocal there. And then when it comes to vocals processing, we end up doubling and tripling Natalie's vocals a lot, kind of all over the place for little accents. So like when this chorus hits, for example, on that word savoir, we split left and right, doubled one on the left, one on the right, and then put a boatload of reverb on those. So here's just the doubles. And you can hear there's like quite a bit of compression and a very long tail reverb. And then there's also more harmonics processing. So this is Saturn again on those vocals. There's a 7.4 second reverb. And then I also ran those through the microphone emulator as well. I use this microphone emulator a lot on this track because it kind of makes everything sound like really old and crunchy.
It makes the horns sound so good.
Yeah, that microphone emulator is on the horns as well. So when you kind of add, these vocals, split hard left and right like that to the lead vocal, you just kind of get these wider, fuller accents, which is pretty nice. There's also these vocals that are taken from a background vocal. When Natalie was kind of, we did a bunch of background vocals, which were what she wanted strings to be doing, and then we just ended up using those background vocals instead of strings. And so copy pasting those on the chorus hits, so you get these lovely kind of. So those are also hitting at the top of the chorus. And then there's, let's see, there's Two Papas are also doubled on separate tracks with different processing.
Tu peux pas.
So those are like very dry and very close. And so they just create these kind of like kind of ping pong moments where there's close vocals, there's far vocals. And the thought there is that it creates this very dynamic mix that feels engaging and interesting the whole time.
Yeah. And what do you re-record all of those sections, or do you do one take and then you just take those that you have and process them accordingly?
Yeah, for most of these vocals, I'm pretty used to recording vocals on my own at this point, and I prefer to be on my own when I'm doing vocals. And so I'll just be in my studio. I've been using the same mic for forever. It's the Neumann TLM 49, I think that's what it is. And I will just sit for hours. I'll usually split it up into a couple days. Lead vocal will take half a day just because I'm really anal about getting like the right lead vocal. I'll do a bunch of takes all the way through. I'll comp it. That's half a day. The next day I'll do doubles and triples over the lead vocal. And then the next 2 or 3 days I'll do harmonies. And I just put so much in there. Like my goal is for Jack or Jameis, whoever's producing, to just have more than they need. so that so that my work is done. They inevitably will come back to me and be like, "Hey, could you do this? Or could you do oohs instead of ahs? Or could you, could you actually try this, like building choral harmony here?" And so there's some back and forth in the process. But yeah, try to knock out all the vocals, hand it over in one package. And then you just chop everything up on your own.
Yeah, then I'm just like splitting and chopping and taking, 2 words here and adding one chain to them, and then taking, 6 words here and adding a different chain to them. And then usually after that, like, I'll come back to you and say, "Hey, I need these 3 or 4 more things," and we'll do a session together and we'll add some vocals on top of it. But yeah, there's kind of no set process, honestly. Like there's not like a repeatable thing. It's just like constantly listening to the song and asking like, okay, what does it need? What do we need to cut? What do we need to add?
Time for a quick Tape It feature highlight. Among the various ways Tape It helps you organize your voice notes, you can create mixtapes. If you're working on a particular song or want to group specific ideas, you can add them to a mixtape. And the best thing is, you can invite bandmates or writing partners to collaborate on them so they can add their ideas to the mixtape as well. To find out more, follow the link in the description or use the promo code TAPENOTES for 20% off Tape It Pro.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you're super influenced by the lyrics when you're producing.
I mean, these are in French, which is a language I do not speak.
Yeah, which is totally fair. Actually, I think it's one of the strengths of the album is that the song is so, to me, it feels like the song is engaging to obviously for if you're a French speaker and you understand the lyrics, then it's engaging. But because it was produced by people who don't speak French, the music has to stay engaging, and the music has to be interesting enough. And I feel like Jack is really good at crafting very subtle landscapes where they're just like these. Just like these very sort of like tender moments that will like come up and like, and it's like, like what is it? They're just like these little like sparkles that'll come in and that keep your ear engaged throughout. And I actually think it makes the songs better that you're not just, basically just like relying on the lyrics to be interesting, like that the sounds also have to be keeping your attention.